Valerie Sokolosky told me to tell this story. I worked for one company for almost 20 years and I got a 4% cost of living increase. When I decided to quit, I went in and told them I was going to leave, and they said, wait, no, don't leave. What do you want? What do you want? So my husband said, has anybody ever asked you what you wanted? And I said, no. He said, tell them what you want. So I said I wanted them to pay my airfare for 52 times a year. I wanted them to pay my apartment for $1,500. I told them that I wanted to double my salary, and I wanted off 106 days a year. And you know what they said? Done. And you know what then the program director said to me? He said, Susie, you could have had it all along, but you just never asked for it. So if it's time to get the raise you deserve, now is the time. But how do you ask for what you want? My good friend Valerie Sokolosky is here. And I tell you about Valerie. Valerie is an etiquette expert, a leadership expert. She works with major corporations all over the country. So Valerie, let's talk about how a woman gets a raise.
Well, I loved your story because part of the issue is, do we ask, but, and it's a but, not an and, you knew that you deserved it.
No, I'll tell you what I thought it was.
Okay.
I was willing to leave.
Really?
Yeah. In other words, I told him I was going to leave. So I really had nothing to lose because I was going to leave. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
So I don't think you can ask for something unless you're willing to walk away if they tell you no.
That's very true. And the other thing, Susie, is you had and have such a strong brand. You knew from whence you came, and you knew the value that you brought to the station. That's, I think, something so important. You don't just go in and ask for a raise, assuming that you can get it unless you've proven yourself. And in today's world, honestly, there are a lot of people that just feel like, well, I deserve it. You know, I've been here so many years, and you have to, by longevity. It's about what are you giving to the corporation, to the goals of your boss. Do you even know what the goals of your boss are?
And so, do you mean in order to get the raise, you have to raise the level of your performance? You have to do more than is expected.
Absolutely. You have to prove your value to the job that you're doing, and then exceed from that.
So let's say that you've been there and you've been kind of promoted but never gotten any money. They change the job title on you, but never the amount of money you get. How do you go in? How do you, if I'm the boss, do you go to the boss, or do you go to HR, or where do you go?
Well, let's talk about timing for a minute, because the where to go and when to ask has everything to do with when are you having those performance appraisals? When are you having those one-on-one discussions with your boss about the stellar performance that you are giving? If you're getting those high ranks, that's the time to say, well, you know, based on what you've just shared about my performance, when might I expect to have that promotion I've been wanting? Or if they say no, here's the other side of it. Be willing to say, what is it that I can do to raise my performance to a level that you're willing to offer me that promotion? What else can I do to meet your goals?
So what if they just are not going to ever give it to you? Do you just keep working there, or do you risk it? Do you go out? At some point, you've got to say, you know, I'm tired of taking this. But that takes a lot of courage. If you've got two mouths to feed, what do you do? Have you ever been in that situation?
I have, and you just said it. You have to be willing to leave knowing that if you're a strong brand, I do a lot of personal branding work, right?
Yeah.
And when I'm talking with an executive or a person at any level about their brand, I'm saying, what's that secret sauce that you have that gives you a little bit of an edge? And are you showing it consistently? Constantly? Are you bringing visibility to yourself? Are you willing to kind of self-promote?
I get it. I'm just saying this is a whole nother segment that I want to do with you on that, how we can get women into the frame of mind that they deserve more than they're getting if they're putting themselves out there. As an aside, we're going to have more tips from Valerie on our website. And you just go to the dthebroadcast.tv, but I want to show you something. Here is this woman, travels all over the world. Get this, girls, she travels all over the world, and she's high tech, and look what she uses for her calendar. Do you love this?
Well, now there's a really good reason. Listen, okay, so for the audience, I have to tell you, I also use this Apple, right?
Yeah.
But this sometimes doesn't work. Sometimes the cloud gets all foggy up there, and so I'm not going to rely on any one thing.
That's right. I love that about you. I'm going to visit Valerie on another occasion. We're going to talk about more about self-image for women.